Brothers and sisters, in a world awash with political turmoil, where division and strife seem to reign supreme, we as Christians are called to a higher purpose. We are called to be salt and light, to intercede for our leaders, and to seek the welfare of our nation through the power of prayer. It is not enough to simply observe the political landscape from a distance. We must engage in spiritual warfare, wielding the weapon of prayer on behalf of those in authority. The very nature of leadership, particularly in the political realm, exposes individuals to danger and threats. We need only recall the recent attempt on the life of former President Donald Trump to be reminded of the fragility of human life and the constant presence of those who would seek to harm our leaders. Our prayers for their safety are not merely a formality, but a vital shield of protection, a hedge of divine grace surrounding them in the face of danger. Let us intercede for their physical well-being, for God's hand of protection to be upon them, and for peace and safety to mark their days. Our call to pray for those in authority is not a matter of personal preference, but a clear biblical mandate. The Apostle Paul, in his first letter to Timothy, exhorts us to offer supplications, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgivings for kings and all who are in high positions. 1 Timothy 2:1. This is not a suggestion, but a command, a spiritual imperative that transcends our political affiliations or personal opinions of those in power. We must pray for our leaders because God commands us to do so, recognizing that their decisions and actions have a profound impact on our lives and the well-being of our nation. The decisions made by political leaders carry immense weight, shaping the course of nations and impacting the lives of countless individuals. Yet, we know that even the most intelligent and well-intentioned leaders are fallible, prone to error, and in need of divine guidance. When we pray for our leaders, we are not merely asking God to rubber stamp their decisions, but to grant them wisdom, discernment, and the ability to govern with justice, righteousness, and compassion. We ask that their hearts would be aligned with God's will and that their decisions would reflect His purposes for our nation. Our world is fractured by division, strife, and a spirit of discord that seems to permeate every level of society, including the political arena. As Christians, we are called to be peacemakers, to pursue unity and reconciliation, and to pray for the well-being of our cities and nations. When we pray for our leaders, we are praying for an end to division, for healing and restoration, and for a spirit of cooperation and understanding to prevail in the halls of power. We are asking God to break down walls of hostility, to soften hearts, and to draw people together in pursuit of the common good. Praying for our political leaders is not merely an act of obedience or a means to an end. It is a deeply spiritual discipline that fosters personal growth and transforms us from the inside out. When we intercede for those in authority, we are engaging in a battle that is not fought with flesh and blood, but with the spiritual forces of darkness that seek to influence and control the hearts and minds of men. This type of prayer requires humility, perseverance, and a willingness to surrender our own agendas to the will of God. So, as we conclude this reflection on the importance of praying for our political leaders, let us be reminded that this is not a passive activity, but an active engagement in the spiritual realm. It is a call to intercede, to stand in the gap, and to petition the throne of grace on behalf of those who govern our land. May our prayers be characterized by fervency, persistence, and unwavering faith in the power of God to move in the hearts of men and to shape the course of nations according to His divine purpose.